let's move on. Nibs, what's the next topic?
Okay, so Dana White actually said that Francis versus Stipe might be in April. So give us your thoughts on that, Naz.
Yeah, man. What a crazy fight. We already saw it once when Stipe neutralized the boogeyman, Francis Ngannou. Francis, as we all know, was the scariest guy in the division. He still is. But when Stipe neutralized him in their first fight, it was like, wow, we really had to pump the brakes in that moment. But the run that Francis Ngannou has gone on has brought back that confidence. I think in a couple of his fights right after, and I'm speaking about Francis, in a couple of those fights, we lost that kind of luster, not just luster, the fear that people had when fighting Francis Ngannou. I'm not saying that anybody goes into that cage scared of any other fighter. These are trained killers, which I've talked about numerous times. But I think that he gained something by fighting the fights that he's had. Quick wins, knocking people out in the first round. I mean, we see this scary guy coming back to fight. Now, here's the thing. I guess a lot of people, and this is just my assumption, by talking to people and chit-chatting, that they would assume that this fight is going to be similar to the last. It could be. Stipe is a well-calculated fighter. He's going to go out there and he's going to, I think he has some of the best game planning and MMA that we've seen. Him and his coaches, man, they go in there with a game plan. Stipe executes it flawlessly. But when you got a guy like Francis Ngannou who comes in and throws those bombs, it can totally throw that monkey wrench that we just talked about into everybody's plans. That guy can knock you out in any way. We've seen him knock out people with shovel uppercuts. We've seen him knock out people against the cage, like real close quarters. I mean, we've seen this guy do some amazing stuff in the UFC. And it's going to be a really interesting fight because no matter what, let's say he gets beat a bunch of times, Francis Ngannou is still going to be the really scary guy who everybody is worried about because he's always going to have that knockout power. So let's talk about the next topic.